I don't think I am. Because I sit here with the greatest minds in the world, and I remember very little of it. And it's funny, as you were saying, I was like, I've been thinking this over the last couple of weeks. I've never really shared this with anybody. But I thought, gosh, you're in such a privileged position to get to meet all these incredible people. I should be like a human encyclopedia of information and wisdom. And I don't think I am. I meet people that are. I sit here with them. I think you're one of them. I go, this guy knows everything and he's remembered everything and he knows the names of studies and he can recall names. I can barely recall names of people. So I'm like, where do I start? Because look, I'm in a privileged position meeting all these wonderful people, and our listeners are too. If anyone's, loyal to this podcast, you're like me. I actually wrote something down as you're speaking. I was thinking, what we need to do here at the Diary of a CEO after the episode ends is we need to set the audience some homework.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is say, okay, Jim said these 3 core ideas. After the episode, I want you to go and implement them. And then I want you to tag me on social media of you implementing them, the action after the episode, and share it with me. And that's what I think we should all do, because then not only are we going to listen, we're going to learn. And those are 2 very different things.
Yeah, and I feel also when we teach something, we get to learn it twice. Meaning you share that with your friends, your family, your followers, your fans. It takes advantage of something called the explanation effect. The explanation effect says that when you learn something with the intention of explaining it to somebody else, you're going to learn it much better. And that's kind of obvious, right? Mm-hmm. If we talked about speed reading or the best brain foods or changing your habits, optimizing your sleep, the kind of things that we specialize in, and somebody listening had to give a TEDx talk about it the following week, would they focus better? 100%. They would have a better concentration. Would they take more notes? Would they post more questions online? Right? They would own that information. And so I think that learning with the intention of teaching helps you to be able to certainly learn it better. I mean, that's even how you could even use, you could explain it to somebody. I mean, the whole Richard Feynman method was, take this difficult subject, neuroscience, quantum, whatever it happens to be, like social media marketing, AI, and explain it to me as if I am a 6-year-old, right? And I can, and I can open up a whole thing with this conversation in terms of artificial intelligence, and creatives. But I really feel like all these tools are there to augment. I don't even think it's artificial intelligence. For me, it's obviously machine learning, but it's augmented intelligence. And I'm thinking how do I use this tool, like I would use a book or a computer or the internet, whatever, to AI to enhance HI, like human intelligence. I'm very interested in that.
I think me and you know the Feynman technique well, but when I came across it, it really was a game changer for me, because it explained why I have good comprehension on certain subject matter, and then I'm quite loose on others. Could you explain it in a simple way? I know you have you speak to it in a version of it in the book, but for anybody that isn't aware of that technique.
So the idea here is anyone can make things more complex, but the idea is when you really understand something, you could simplify it in a way that makes it usable for the end result, right? And not only the end result, but the process of learning it. So meaning, I love reading the neuroscience papers and having deep conversations. And I think where if we've had any level of success is translating that in a way to people where it's conversational, where they see the relevance in their daily lives, in the application, and it's results oriented.